Hey Northview, it's Deputy Mike Allen of the Kent County Sheriff's Office and your school resource officer for Northview Public Schools. Weather's getting nice, spring's finally here, and we have a little extra time on our hands. So I want to take a moment to go over some bike safety rules with you guys. Some of us have just got our bikes out for the first time. Some of us had them out for a little bit. If you are one of those people who just got their bike out, we're going to make sure that your bike is in good working condition. There's 6 steps that we want to look at when we're talking about our bike. First, we want to look at our tires. We want to make sure that the tire pressure is good, that there's no damage to our tires, and that they have good treads. So I'd look at the back of my tire, and I also look at the front tire. Make sure that they're good. Next thing we want to do is we want to check our wheels and our chains. The wheel is going to be the spokes. Make sure none of our spokes are broken. Make sure our wheels are turning freely. Do it on the back, do it on the front. We also want to make sure that our chain is working properly. Once that's done, we want to make sure that we have our reflectors and our lights. You're going to see a reflector on the front, which is going to be clear in color. You're going to see a reflector in the back, which is going to be red in color. And then on both tires, you'll see reflectors, as well as on the pedals. If we're going to ride at night, Michigan law requires that you have a headlight on the front so you can see what's in front of you, also so motors can see you, as well as a red light to the back so you can be seen. Now that we have our tires, wheels, and reflectors, we want to make sure our brakes are still working properly as well. So we want to give our tire a spin, push the brake, same thing with the front, push the brake, make sure they stop. We don't want them too tight or too loose. If they're too tight, you could lose control and get in an accident, or if they're too loose, you may not be able to stop. Now, some of us have grown since the last time we got on our bikes, so we want to make sure that our seat is adjusted properly and our handlebars are adjusted properly. We want to be comfortable. We also want to make sure that our seats are on tight, as well as our handlebars are nice and tight. Same thing goes with the frame of our bike. We want to make sure our bike is not too big or too small for us. So we want to make sure that it fits us properly and that we're comfortable and safe on it. So those are our 6 safety checks that we want to do on our bike before we get on it. The next thing we want to do is we want to be seen. It's very important when we're out riding our bikes. So we want to wear something nice and bright, like this shirt. Nice bright shirt so we can be seen by motorists. Nothing dark. When we go to ride our bike, we want to make sure that we're following all the laws of the road, just like a car. We have to ride on the right-hand side of the road with the flow of traffic and the furthest to the right as we can to be safe. We have to stop at all stop signs, stop at all stoplights, and we have to walk our bike across the street. Okay, so we want to make sure we're doing that all safe. When we go to cross the street and there's vehicles, we want to have eye contact with the driver, so they know that we're going to cross in front of them. So as long as we walk our bike across the street and we can do it safely, we're good to go then. The next thing, the last thing we want to talk about is helmets. Now, this is my bike helmet right here, and I have some help from some of my friends. They're going to demonstrate why we wear helmets. Baseball players, softball players, hockey players, football players, Darth Vader, they all wear helmets. Okay, we want to do it to protect our brains. We're going to demonstrate what happens if you get into a bike accident and you're not wearing a helmet, and when you're wearing a helmet. So, first one, second one, okay. That's not good. We don't want to have that. This is our head. This is our brain. We don't want to have that. We want to protect our heads. Here, we got a little bit of, maybe a couple scuffs, maybe a crack to the helmet. We can get a new helmet. We can't always get a new U. We want to make sure we wear our helmets and stay safe. How do we wear our helmets? Take your helmet, put it on, make sure it's fitting snugly, but it's still comfortable. Take 2 fingers, put it one above your eyebrow, and so make sure that they're touching. Make sure that the bottom of the helmet and your fingers touching the eyebrow. Then you make your peace signs. Those go by your ears. Make sure your straps go between your ears. Then button your helmet. Make sure it's on nice and tight. Now we don't want it to be too far back because that's not protecting our face. And we don't want it too far forward because then we can't see. So make sure it fits just right. It's nice and snug, not too uncomfortable, and we're good to go to ride our bike. So now our brief rundown, our bike is in good shape. We're wearing our bright colors, we're being seen, we're following the rules, we're wearing our helmets, and we're being safe, and we're having fun. Now I miss each and every one of you. I can't wait to get back to school. And until that time, go Wildcats.